Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. Pretty big news in the collectibles selling, buying space. There is a brand new website. So this gentleman here, flashing some Charizards and baseballs and different kind of memorabilia down below. A little bit of dancing going on. Rick Probstein. I have sold through him several $100,000 this year in 2025 through eBay. He used to do eBay consignments. Big thing for me on Fanatics. I have my own consignments. If you care to consign with me, feel free to reach out. The rates are over there. I net you out up to 95% above $2,400. Single CGC, BGS, PSA graded slabs. Yeah, feel free to reach out for info. But anyways, Probstein does similar, but he did it through eBay, and he would do sealed. Big thing that he would do that I'm not currently doing. I've done formerly. Maybe someday in the future I'll do it again. I'll definitely make a video if and when that becomes the case. But he netted out 95% on sealed Pokemon items above $1,000. In this booming market that we're in, everything is above $1,000. Every sealed booster case of product is above $1,000. It's absolutely crazy, the market that we're in right now. And so for that reason, why pay 12% on my own eBay? I can't sell through my own Fanatics. I don't want to fulfill business to consumer anymore. I'm not really doing that these days. It's all business to business is what I've shifted to in 2025 and plan to do into the future. So I was consigning through him. And I don't know what I titled the video. Maybe something about like panic sell everything before it goes to zero, knowing your exit, liquidity, exit strategy, whatever it may be, depending on where you landed on the A, B, positive or negative themed thumbnail and title combination that I hit you with. But you made it here and you're here with me now. But yeah, I think it's very valuable to know your outlets. And I think sealed investing is kind of a big topic in today's market. Anytime I make a video about it, I get more views than I normally get. But yeah, let's walk you through what's going on here. I'm actually a bit of a guinea pig. So I sold, as I said, several six figures on eBay through Rick Probstein earlier this year. He broke up, like PWCC broke up with eBay years back. PWCC, formerly now bought by and owned by, run by Fanatics, who I consign with, who I do the live streams with, all that. Probstein split with them as well. It wasn't quite as messy, I don't think. But anyways, he has his own platform, Snype, and he sells, and crazy thing, best rates. It shows right here, best rates. But let's look a little bit right here. So weekly auctions start at 10. You can't really sell like super cheap things. You can't sell 99-cent singles, it doesn't look like. And Snype Live is something I won't really talk about much in today's video, but it is kind of intriguing. Everything starts at 25 bucks. So it's like Fanatics Live, like eBay Live, like whatnot, in that it's a live auction. You can run a show, you can do all that stuff. But it's a minimum bid of $25. So similar to them, but very different as well. But anyways, his rates, buy it nows are apparently coming soon. He doesn't show his rates here anywhere. Probably if I dug in somewhere, it will give you what the rates are. But I know off the top of my head. So he used to do on eBay 95% net above $1,000, and he's charging shipping. There are certain fees that the buyer's paying that you're not getting a cut of. When I show my Fanatics rate here, you're getting of the buyer's premium. You're getting all that stuff. You're getting 95% of the total amount the buyer pays, unless the buyer's paying sales tax. No consigner is netting you out any portion of any potential sales tax paid by a buyer. But anyways, continuing on, he is netting out 97% now above $1,000, and he's netting out between $25 and $1,000. He's netting out 95%. I think this is somewhat of a promotional rate because it's a brand new website and he needs to lure people in. He needs to tease people in. But one kind of a scary thing, and I know a lot of people who are very hesitant. They didn't send anything. They didn't want to be guinea pigs like I'm being, and I'll show you the items that I'm selling. And I'll show you some items, and I'll place a bid. I'll place a snipe. I'll talk about the different types of bidding that he has built in. But a lot of people were worried because it's like, oh, well, on eBay, he used to net me out 95% above 1,000, and I was pretty confident that like I was going to get full market. I was going to get 100% of market on my sale proceeds, and then I would net 95% of that 100% of market. Well, 97% sounds great. 97 bigger than 95, but if an item's market price is $1,000 on the dot, and on eBay you get $1,000, say his new website doesn't get traction, say it doesn't get legs, say it goes for 80% of market. Well, now you're getting 97% of 80%, which is significantly lower than 95% of 100%, right? So I understand people's hesitation to go into it, but I'm going for it. I'm diving in head first. I don't know how deep the water is. I don't know how deep the buyer pool is on this, but I'm diving in head first. I'm a guinea pig. I did have things all year long. I was sending every week. I was sending things to Probstein, excess things from collection buyouts, excess things that I just had kicking around from years ago, all different kinds of stuff. Things for my allocation that I just didn't really have, like excess stuff. I was just moving through. Space is limited, time is limited, and having an outlet is nice. But anyways, I did have some amount in his final auction block in like early October, mid-October was like his final auction block on eBay. Some of those went unpaid, so they got forwarded to Snype. They got forwarded. He's like, hey, he sent me an email. Do you want this stuff back? Do you want to pay shipping? Do you want to get it back? Or do you want to sell it on Snype? New platform, all that stuff. I want to be a guinea pig, so I'm going for it. So I have Mega Evolution booster cases. Part of this video is definitely me like, hey, trying out the whole platform. It might be really good buying. It might be really good selling. As this channel always is, I'm a business. This is how I'm operating. I'm going to utilize this as a buyer and as a seller. If it works well for both, I will utilize it for both. If it's really good as a seller, it might not be amazing as a buyer. Like, honestly, I don't buy much Shield product on eBay because the auction prices go so high that like I just buy things through my hot buy list. Like right now, I'm buying your Sword Shield cases for 80%. And some people might say, Dan, it's funny. You're making a video talking about this guy that used to consign on eBay and net 95%. Why would you pay 80% for things that he would net 95%? Why would you pay 80% for things that Snype is netting 97% now? Well, that's a good question and it's reasonable. There were times where I would tell people like, hey, I'm not too keen on the things you're offering to sell me. I would actually just, if I were you, I would consign with Probstein. I would consign with, shout out to Sealed Shiz Consignments, Josh, the green shiz. I told people, it's like, hey, if you sell me this, I'm going to turn around and take most of it and consign it with Probstein, consign it with green shiz. Their services are great. I utilize them. Someday, hopefully, I'll have Fanatic Sealed Consignments again. But for now, that's not the thing. And a lot of people, when they need to sell, unfortunately, need is a big word. Sell when you don't need to sell in a perfect world. The world is imperfect. Things come up. And there are just times where like people can't wait that, well, oh, it's going to take me a week to ship it, for it to be delivered, for it to be listed on Snype, on Sealed Shiz Consignments, on wherever, and then it's going to have to run for a week, and then if the buyer doesn't pay, it has to run for another week after a 4-day unpaid thing. It's like, you might wait a month. You might wait a month to get paid. Whereas if you ship to me, if you sell to me, again, it's an option you don't have to utilize if you don't want to. Sometimes people in my comments are like, oh, you're a scammer. You're offering 80, 85, 90% on certain things. You're a scammer. Why would anyone do that? Guaranteed, fully insured exit liquidity is reasonable. It is nice. And you're getting 80% of 100% of today's market price. You might send the Snype, you might send anywhere, and you might just have like a bad auction. You might have a bad auction where market price is 1,000, yours goes for 900, and now you're netting 85, 90%, 95, whatever the number is, depending on who you're consigning through. You might net a higher percentage than 80 of a lower number than we're basing the deal off of. So it's like, as always, it's an option that's there. You don't have to be butthurt by it if you don't like it. You don't have to use it, but it is there for the taking if you want to. DM, reach out if you want to sell to me or consign with me. Not sealed, but slabs. So I have Mega Evolution cases. I have made many videos, how I think Destined, how I think Prismatic, how I think Journey, Black, White. Every set that has not been widely available under MSRP, I think will eventually get there. Booster cases, I don't know which products. I don't know which SKUs. I think the packs will. So it's like, I'm sending excess stuff away to be auctioned. Give me the money. I will put it into things that I trust more, that I believe in more. I will do bigger and better things than what these items will do for me in the short, medium, long term, I think. So yeah, just a lot of random stuff, things that I had kicking around. I don't really sell these on any platforms directly business to consumer, so I just chucked them. If you want to go, like right now, it ends on the 22nd. So I'm recording this on the 16th. You're going to see it on the 17th. This ends later this week. Journey Together Enhanced Booster Box. The bid is currently $10. Maybe it sells for $10. Maybe you click that affiliate link below to some of these items, and maybe I'm a guinea pig and I get destroyed. As I mentioned earlier, I know a lot of people that were like, ooh, I'm gonna like not touch that for at least a month. One thing that I contemplate might happen, maybe it's a stupid theory, maybe it will pan out to be very bad. I don't think I'll make a follow-up video on this, but I will definitely, after the 22nd, after the 23rd, the first batch of my auctions ending, I will do some kind of a review. Maybe I'll do an Instagram post. Maybe I'll do a YouTube short or something. I'll talk about it in a live stream, and I'll say, like, did I get wrecked or did I get rewarded? I think what could happen, I think it's brand new. I think a lot of eyes are going to be on the platform now, first batch, because, like, it's brand new. And I could almost see this thing where, like, everyone's looking because everyone thinks there's going to be deals. So the first month, second month, there's going to be, like, no deals, I think. That's why I felt safe being a guinea pig. I think there's going to be so many people looking, expecting deals that they're not going to get one. And I could almost see in a month or two, no other options being available, or not many options being available, paying 95, 97%. You see a couple things start hitting full market price, people netting out 95, 97%. That sounds really sweet. Maybe a couple people make a YouTube recap video of netting 97% of a $2,000 booster case of Pokemon cards. They might get, like, flooded. In a month, 2 month, 3 month, their submissions might be up because prices are strong, and then, like, interest might wane. If prices are, like, really high and people are getting 100, 105%, 95, 100% on everything across the board, like, buyers might not be super keen. Why buy here over eBay? If the prices are higher, if the search is maybe a little bit more janky, we'll go through that in a minute. If the filters are lacking, like eBay, like what's going to be the incentive to buy here if the prices are really strong? So I could almost see, like, this perfect storm, and hindsight will be 2020 in the future. This will either be, like, great foresight by me or me just being really dumb because I got slaughtered on my guinea pig auctions to begin with, and the site just fails within 6 months. I have no idea. But it could go either way. Dan on the fence, as always. But yeah, I'm giving it a shot, so I'm making a video, and here we are. I think the highest single thing that I have right now, OP13, 825 is the current highest bid. BYD, SNYPE are the terminology, the vernacular of the platform. But yeah, I have Charizard UPC cases. I have a lot of good things, which I might get destroyed on. So it's like, you can give it a shot, or you can not give it a shot. Either way is entirely fine with me. Here are the current auctions, though. So these are things that are actually ending. Let me center this a little bit. So let me walk through a little bit on the website. A lot of people here are probably familiar with eBay. You do have here, you have the search bar. You type in what you want. You don't have a million filters over here. I honestly, I think eBay has too many item specifics and filters. I have always done my search right here on eBay. I'm not a big filtering guy because not everyone includes the filters. Not everyone includes the item specifics, so I don't want to over-filter, over-specify, and remove things because people listed them poorly. But in any case, this feels like a strong price. One thing I pray, I made a video years ago about how Golden, Heritage, eBay, even PWCC at the time, pre-Fanatics, we deserve better. I think I called it We Deserve Better, or We Deserve Better was in the thumbnail. These platforms are terrible, mucking up the data of historical sales prices, with things that were unpaid, with things that were canceled. Shield bid, an item goes to $10,000, it's only worth $1,000, and it stays in the sold history, and it muddies everything up. Please, 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 Rick Probstein, if you're listening, please remove unpaid items. Just because an item is paid doesn't mean it was a real transaction. There could be funny business going on, but, like, as a platform, Rick will know if someone paid on something. He won't know if it was his neighbor. I mean, 3% is a little bit scary. 3%, that's all it would cost to put in a bad comp. My credit card rewards are 2%. There are many credit card rewards with 3% credit card rewards. So market price is not a thing in Pokemon, as I've said many, many times. Be very careful. Blindly trusting comps. If Rick Probstein does what he should, and he has a system where, like, this shows verified paid, that does not mean real. Paid does not mean real, but unpaid definitely means not real. So, like, unpaid, get that garbage out of here. Well, like, Fanatics does this well. Fanatics does it well, where if and when it's unpaid, if you see something in the sold months ago, it was sold and paid. If it goes unpaid and gets canceled and relisted, it gets pulled off. And so I hope Snype does that. I don't know if and when 130 point will start pulling in Snype listings, but please, Rick, don't muddy up the search. Please remove unpaid items because you do have that information, and we do not. We don't know that. But continuing on, handful of items ending in 15 minutes. This is way too rich for my blood. Way too rich for my blood. I actually pulled up so 151 booster bundles, $95 market price. Looks like the lowest listed is right around that $95 price point. 20 of them, quick math, that's about $1,900. I don't want to win this. I kind of want to place a bid though. Let's look up battle styles booster boxes. What are those? I'm gonna pause really quickly and open up a couple TCG player tabs. So battle styles booster boxes are apparently, looks like a lot of things, they're kind of softening. Market's crashing, 10-20% retrace. Not even. Peak was 290, current is 270. So like that's not even 10% quite. That's like 7 or 8%. But it looks like market price is 270-ish. No, you can actually buy them as low as 250. I was gonna say 250 times 3, that's 750 if my math serves me. Let me throw a bid on here. Let me throw a live bid on here. By the time you're watching this, this will have ended. But I'm apparently not a super bidder. I'm a super seller. So if I scroll over here, you can see this little logo right here. I'm a super seller, but I sent an email to Rick before I started recording this video. I applied to be a super bidder. Apparently I haven't passed yet. I sent him a quick email. I actually had a Zoom call with Rick. I had a Zoom call with Rick about this a few weeks before it went live, which was crazy that I had like a one-on-one with him. I expected it to be one of his workers. But anyways, I shot him an email. I'm like, hey, can you get me enabled to be a super bidder? Some things are super bidder exclusive. People can only bid on if they're like verified, they have good spend history, good sell history, whatever it may be, good like credit history, basically. Good, and you would probably instantly be banned from super bidder status if and when you don't pay for an item. So hopefully I get that at some point, whatever benefits that will have. One interesting thing, so no one here is talking, but here are all the usernames. Greeny, shout out to Greeny, CO Chiz is in here. No one's commenting. I want to comment. I'm gonna say I'm gonna win this. Very interesting thing to have like a live chat in an auction. I don't know how many people will ever see this. I am gonna win. Let's see if I actually win. Having a live chat in an auction is pretty wild, but I'm gonna place my bid. I'll probably end up losing. There's 2 ways to bid. You can, oh no, is this super bidder exclusive? How do I bid? Oh, click the button above the bid. I'm like, oh no, can I not bid on this after I trash talk in the comments? But yeah, I'm gonna bid. Oh no. Okay, so I just had to register to bid. Hopefully I didn't dox myself there. I might have to do a little bit of light editing. But the current bid is 725. There's been 86 bids. I can place a next bid, which will instantly go in if and when someone's placed a bid higher than mine. Just like eBay, it will put you 1 increment higher than the second highest bidder. It's like a proxy bidding thing, basically, they call it. Or I could do a snipe bid. A snipe bid won't be put in until there's like 15 seconds left or something. I forget how it works exactly. The way eBay Live, whatnot, Fanatics, they all have their own like extended bidding type session. And I forget how theirs works exactly, but basically, if and when you place a snipe bid, it won't go in instantly. It will only go in towards the end, and then people's snipes will go against each other, and then it will just go up one above the lowest snipe. But there is extended bidding, unlike eBay. So I'm gonna just bid 750 and see what happens. Am I winning? Nope. So somebody outbid me. I was the high bid for a second there. I got put into the bid history, and then James, I guess I won't say his whole name, but it looks like it's his whole name. James 792 is in there. I don't want to go higher, but yeah, I don't want to go higher. Maybe we'll go back. We'll go back and we'll like place a snipe bid on something else. We'll look for something else, and hopefully I can find something that ends before this video goes live, but maybe I won't. Maybe someone, yeah. The problem is the next ones end 11 hours. That actually ends, it's 8 Scarlet and Violet 151 booster packs. This will only last for about 10 seconds in a live stream. But yeah, I'm going to place a snipe bid here and just see what happens. So I'm going to place a snipe bid. Oh, I have to request to join. So it's available exclusively to super bidders. So before I can snipe bid, I have to request to join and request to be a super bidder. Hopefully Rick, before this video goes live, hopefully he will see my email, get me enabled in the super bidder, but I can't interact. But it's interesting. We got Honey Bunny, Ask Ace, we got these guys going back and forth. Pretty interesting to see the full bid history. I know people are really odd about the whole shilling going on. It's like Rick Probstein is not shilling his own items. He is not instructing his employees to shill their own items. But given his scale, decades selling on eBay, $925 million in total sales, I can definitively say that some amount of shilling went on his account on Fanatics, on eBay. Sorry, on eBay. Just due to sheer scale, law of large numbers. Like there were some people bidding on their own items that were consigning with him. Fanatics has it too. I sell thousands of items every week on behalf of myself and my consigners, and every week Fanatics has a certain amount of things that go unpaid. They have a certain amount of items where it's a $2,000 item some dummy pumps it up to $3,000 and it's like, this is definitely not going to pay. It doesn't pay. It's like, it's not me. It's hopefully unlikely not my consignor. If and when I ever knew it to be my consignor, they would be banned. I would return the stuff to them and so on. But it's oftentimes it's people, I think just recently in the news, the defensive bidding, the bidding on friends items, like, please don't do any of that stuff, guys. You can't do that. That's not allowed. People will kind of like crap on Probstein and his service and talk as if he's the one shilling. And then the people who are like clowning on that, they're probably the ones bidding on their friends' items, bidding on their own items, like not realizing that that's what shilling is. People are crazy how they will be very hypocritical and like, yeah, anyways, project their distaste over certain things onto things that they're doing in the shadows, in the background. But anyways, I can't bet on that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see if I end up winning anything. Scrolling down more, I guess let me sort like high to low. You can sort like eBay. You can sort low to high, high to low, most least bids, recent bids, newly listed, all that stuff. Someday it might be a play to like look at newly listed buy it nows. Right now, buy it nows are not a thing. But when buy it nows become a thing, that's something I used to do years ago on eBay. Look for low list newly listed buy it nows, and I would look for like things that were underpriced. Will that be a thing someday? We will find out. But yeah, $6,600, 6 days. And as far as I understand, there's no like buyer's premium on Snype, which I like. I like that eBay doesn't have it. I like that Snype doesn't have it. It's kind of annoying that Fanatics has it because when I show this, I have to say like, no, I'm not keeping the entire 20% buyer's premium to myself. You take Hammer, you multiply by 1.2 to add in the 20% buyer's premium, and you're netting out 95% of that total sales price. You're netting out 93.33% of that total sales price between $480 and $23.99. But yeah, anyways, I think that's everything I have. A lot of cool items here. I will include an affiliate link directly to some of these below. We'll see. But let me know in the comments. So I'm wrapping up the video soon. Do you think, I don't know if there's probably not a guinea pig emoji, but give me a pig emoji. Give me a pig face emoji or an entire pig body emoji. Do you think being a guinea pig will go well for me or will go very poorly? And are you bullish or bearish on Snype in the long term? I don't really know. I think it's a very interesting thing. It's interesting enough that nearly $1 billion seller on eBay has left the platform to do his own thing. My honest take, I've had people ask me like, Dan, why do you think Rick would do that? I think he's like won the game. I think he's won the game. He's just like having fun. He's trying to get like a different notch in his belt. Maybe I think he's doing pretty well financially, and maybe he just wants to see if he can build a $10 million or $100 million or $1 billion company that he can sell to someone else or create it and just leave it behind in decades to come. I don't know, but it's intriguing. It's intriguing enough to be a guinea pig. Try it out. And I'm gonna give it a shot. Let me know if I'm gonna get wrecked or if I will do fine. With that, I think that is everything. Also, let me know in the comments below, like, are you bidding? Are you a guinea pig as well? Are you selling anything alongside me? They do have functionality that like people could create multiple accounts and all that, but like I'm not going to do that. Please don't do that. But they do have it set up so like I can't bid on my own items naturally. And that's as it should be. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to bid on like a lot of items that are not my own. So actually in my Zoom call with Rick, I'm like, he kind of like just asked me my general thoughts. And I'm like, well, I'm going to give it a try because like if it's really good as a seller, I'm probably not going to buy much. If it's really bad as a seller, I'm going to get wrecked being a guinea pig. But like I'm going to scoop up a lot of good items. That's actually one thing of note. So here's my selling page again, but let me go back here. There are 1,271 hits right now for Pokemon Sealed. Let me look up I don't know if he puts Slab in the title, or maybe I should just do Pokemon PSA. Pokemon Slab only comes up with 14. Let me search Pokemon PSA. But there are over 1,000 Pokemon Sealed items, 1,590 Pokemon PSA items. So it's like my total amount of items is what, like 30-ish? I have 30-ish, which I've 50 grand maybe worth of stuff there. Maybe it's not that much. 20 to 50 grand. I know that's a massive window, but I'm not going to go through and total up what it should be entirely. I have a lot of stuff there, but there's a lot of stuff that if I get wrecked on the selling side, I promise I should be fine. I should survive. Catch 'em all collectibles should come out the other side mostly unscathed because yeah, I will be winning a lot of things if I get destroyed on the selling side. But yeah, really interested to see how it goes. I think I ranted and rambled on long enough. With that, happy Monday. I will catch you all later.